What up? I'm back. 706 818 Friday, June 23. Today was fire. Every day in my life is like every day it just compounds to like even greater. Like as no matter what happens, like everything's a fucking lesson. There's so many lessons, like, and then they just compound, like knowledge, more knowledge. Like, what do I need to fix? What pride and ego check do I have to check for myself? Do I need to become more assertive? Is it okay to be assertive? Even understanding, like, the understanding of me. And then my influence is actually pretty great. And, you know, like, but then, like, again, like, so, yeah, man, just a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna talk about that kind of stuff. But for me, it's so crazy because it's like, I honestly don't understand, like, how I lived before. Because now it's like everything is so fucking important. Everything is like a test. Everything is like, what are you gonna do now? You got new information. Now you understand at a higher understanding, and you look at everything in the totality of your existence, from the beginning of who you are in this life till now, and all the stuff that I've had to overcome and had to change and had to tweak, and for me, it's like everything is just about getting more confident. I was posting videos last night, or pictures, and then a buddy came in, and we were kind of just talking about, he was asking me questions about how he should interact with this female. And, you know, it's like, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, I'm probably not the best as far as experience goes, but I know enough depending on what you want as an individual person. And so I kind of just fed him understandings of different scenarios on how he should, depending on whom he wants to be. Because I was a people pleaser, a little bitch, you know, always let people control me. And then, like I said, my weakness was narcissistic women. Because, like I said, number one, that, you know, my mom was that for me. Always told me what to do and all this shit. And as much as I hated it, I surrendered to her. So I thought it was okay. And then, like, all those people, my family, kind of the same concept, all kind of narcissistic. Which is fine. The narc term itself is not bad. It really isn't. It's just trauma based. And then you flip a coin. You can kind of do this, or you're going to do that. You're going to act this way, you're going to act the other way. One is not better or worse than the other one, because, like, the people pleasing is shitty. Like, you lose. And so as I look at it, it's like, at least narcissists get some of what they think they want. It doesn't make them happy because they truly don't want it. Because the understanding of power, they don't have power over themselves. They only have power over other people. Therefore, they can't truly be happy because they don't even have control over themselves. And so really, it's both. Neither the narc or the empathetic soul, the empath, the people pleaser, they're not happy either because they don't have control over themselves either. And so the only answer is in the middle. That's where true power comes. But that's an understanding that you truly only have power over yourself. And that the whole understanding of power doesn't truly even make fucking sense, because it never truly solves the problem. In the narc situation, they use sex, they use money, they use influence to get physical pleasures, which they use to escape the reality of whom they are, because they don't fucking like themselves. And then the people pleaser is the same thing, just on the opposite way, where they feel like shit, so they help out, and then they get abused and used and mistreated, and they feel like shit. And so, like, either side of the totem is dumb. Either side of the totem, like, no one's winning, no one's happy, and it's like, so it's another rainbow again. Well, both sides of the rainbow are fucked up, and the only true way to be happy is to be standing in the middle, kind of away from the rainbow, so you can fucking see it. Because when you're on the left side of the rainbow, you can't fucking see it when you're underneath it. When you're on the right side of the rainbow, you can't even see it and appreciate it either. So both of those are wrong. Both of them are negative. Neither one is good. And this is just the whole understanding of a lot of it, where it's so crazy, because now, like, what just triggered in my head was religion itself, churches, which they're made up of both groups of people. The pastor tends to be narcissistic, self-boastful, self-put up on a pedestal himself. The people in the church, the leaders, and all this shit, a lot of them are good, some of them are good, but the higher up in the power dynamic that you get, the more haughty you get, and then the more easier it is to fall circumstance to the celebrity-like status and the power that you're feeding off, and the external validation that you're getting. And that's where you get bloated, because you get lost in the world. And then you have the people pleasers in the church that follow and submit to a man or a female, whomever. It doesn't really fucking matter. And then so, like, both sides, it's just disgusting. It's all control based. It's sheep and shepherds, and both of them are wrong. Both of them are negative. And so, like, as my journey progresses, like, so I was talking to that dude, and I was just kind of telling him what he needed to do, because we were people pleasers of the past. And so the point is, now we have to act differently than what we did before. Otherwise, we're going to fall back into the habits that we used to before. Or we let someone dominate us. We let their way be right. And then you build resentment. And then that's why you can't even stay with people. Because as time progresses, a fight will happen in time, because you just built up so much resentment, and then you guys explode, and then shit hits the fan, and that's when you get separated and shit like that. Because the lack of communication on what you truly feel and your authentic voice and feelings and emotions, you hold them off so fucking long that when they explode, it's over. Like, it's too late now. And I've just watched it happen way too many times. And it doesn't mean that one party's not speaking, and a lot of times the other one don't listen. Or vice versa, or they can't communicate at an equal level. Well, one of them thinks they're communicating well enough, but sometimes you have to kind of, talk on the other person's level. I'm not saying one person's level is greater or less than, but it's just different. And that would go with males and females too. Like, we just think differently as a sex. That's just true. And for the most part, And so I don't know. That's weird. I need to look at that. But like, and because I told him, I was like, you kind of got to be more assertive and set dates and stuff like that. I said, but also at the same time, like, do you even really want it? That's the biggest thing, is like, do you even want it? Because that's what you need to understand, and you got to start asking yourself these questions as you start to become your own person, and you start to make yourself happy, and you start, because you really need to isolate. I'm telling you, I think the most important thing about the journey that I went on was self-isolation. And I was isolated before, but this is even greater. This is an even greater isolation. And the only way that you can truly isolate is by standing up for yourself and walking away from what doesn't serve you, or where you're not getting the attention from someone that you need, or whatever, or they're not giving you the attention or whatever. And so like, I've kind of walked away from everyone. It doesn't mean I won't go out and meet people and go hang out with them. That's not what I'm saying, because I will, and I do. And but those people give me attention, where other people don't. So it's like, I don't really care anymore. If you're not going to give me attention, like, what do you want me to do? You didn't, so I left. Like, in all these scenarios, I left. So you can look at me as the negative one, but it's like, but you didn't give me attention, you didn't speak up, you didn't tell me what you thought, you didn't tell me how you feel. So what do you expect me to do? You know, the only logical thing for me to do is to walk away. Because I can show up over and over and over and over and over again. But if I'm not getting anything and getting your attention, focus, time, or attention, like, I have to leave. I can't just continue. Because if I would continue, then I would be that would be like the unhealed version of me. You know, and then I would be just throwing fuel into the fire of toxicity. And then I would be allowing and saying that the way that you're treating me or not treating me or whatever is okay, and it's not. So the easiest thing for me to do is just walk away. And I like I said, I understand that I look like the bad guy. I understand I look like I'm the one who abandoned you. But I can't abandon you if you're not even speaking. Like, that's not abandonment. Like, if you're not giving me anything, I'm not abandoning you. There was nothing to abandon in the first place. If I overgave and gave, and then I left, like, and got nothing in return, that's not abandonment. If anything, I was abandoning myself and sacrificing things for you. That's not abandonment. I didn't abandon you. I didn't abandon anyone. I mean, and to be honest with you. And it's funny because, like, people think that I abandoned them. I didn't abandon nobody, really. I just gave myself time that I wasn't getting love, time, attention, focus from other people. So I just gave that to myself. That's not abandonment. Now, you know, I mean, it could look like it, but it's like if I show up and then that's the interaction, and it's not abandonment, you know. I had to take care of myself. That's the one thing about this journey is, like, at the end of the day, like, no one's here with me. You know, I got a few people that talk to me and clap and try and help me. Now I got one buddy who helps me a little bit, you know, and he pushes me and he talks and he likes what I'm doing. And then I got some other buddies and stuff like that. And but for the most part, like, this journey obviously is on your own. Every individual journey is yours. And so, like, you just kind of gotta fucking hit it, you know? You can't half-ass it. You gotta give 100% to it, and I did. And I sacrificed a fucking lot for it. I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot for it, but not really. It was stuff that I didn't need. My money is shit. You know, I sacrificed a lot of fucking money. I sacrificed safety and security in money. Well, I would have been fine. Well, I would never have to worry about anything. I sacrificed all that. So whatever you guys think, I literally sacrificed. Well, I don't know. I guess what some people think is the most important thing. I don't even think it's on the scale of importance, really. Whatever. I mean, next week I may not do a lot other than go work to catch up on money. But other than that, like, well, I really need to go catch up on money. And but because it sucks. I mean, it's scary, but it's like, man, fuck, dude. Like, I had to get to this point. I had to get to today. I had to paint what I painted today. I had to feel what I felt today. I had to experience what I experienced today in the totality of everything up until this point before I can even go back into this stupid ass money world, so I can catch up on that shit and pay what I need to pay, and then whatever, like, because, like, it was the weighted scale, right? Me or money, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going me all the way until I can't anymore. And now I'm to the point where I can't anymore. I gotta pay shit, I gotta catch up, I gotta do all this stuff that I sacrifice. And you know, it's stressful. It really is stressful, but at the end of the day, it's like, man, there's been times when I've not had any money, so it doesn't fucking matter. It will work out in the end. Like, who cares? You know, money doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't prove that I am this or I'm that. Like, if you're judging me based on money, then, you know, have fun. Have fun with that. You know, I don't know. It's not my worth at all. So, you know, and that's the way of the future. Like, it's not your worth. Money is not your worth. Like, in any reality, it doesn't mean the tool itself is not good, because it is. And it's fine. It's a tool. It's not negative. It's not positive. But when you grow up in a situation where you know, whatever, and your worth is tied to money, like it's less than, and then you have limited beliefs on it, and then you look at money as negative. And if you have it, then it's negative, and it's not. It just is what it is. And then those are things that I have to break for myself. Especially, like, I feel like religion, honestly, kind of like separates and puts like a negative understanding on money. And what, you know, money is the root of all evil. I'm like, money is not the root of all evil. Humans are evil. It's not about money. You know, that's why there's humanitarians and like Mr. Beast or whatever, like giving away all his fucking money, because he understands that money means nothing. And that he has everything he needs, and he likes what he's doing. He loves what he's doing, and that's what he lives for. And so that's where we need to get as people in the whole world. Is if everyone was literally doing what they love, like, it's not work at all. Like, it's fucking fun. Like, I wake up to go live. Like, really, like I don't know, I maybe slept 3 or 4 hours last night, and like, I woke up and I was good today. Like, I was ready to go. I didn't know, I thought I was gonna paint, and I did. And it's like what I'm doing, giving myself time, giving myself attention, giving myself focus, and then creating, and then going to just live in these euphoric moments of just creation. And the creation is coming from me. Like, it's from the inside out. Whether you sing, whether you dance, whether you draw, whether you paint, whether you knit, whether you play basketball, sports, you know, like, build, or whatever, fish, like, who cares? Like, whatever it is that you love, like, we got to figure out a way that everyone can do or get to that point of creative expression, because, like, it's everything. Like, creative expression is the only thing, because if you're not expressing yourself, like, then what are you doing? You know, and that's kind of where I came from. Where it's like, I don't even know how I lived before. Like, I mean, I loved rock climbing, I like stuff, whatever, but it's like, it just wasn't on the scale of what this is for me. On the day-to-day, 24/7, always thinking about myself first and how I can be better. In every conversation that I have with humans, it's like, how can I use the information that I just gave to you for myself? So I was talking to that dude, and I was kind of telling him, I was like, you need to be assertive, you know, if this is what you want. I was like, you're a people pleaser, I was a people pleaser. I was like, so now you kind of have to be assertive and tell her that this is the only time you can hang out. Don't change it for her if you have other plans. Like, it's either this or it's not. And if she wants to hang out, she does. If she doesn't, it's tough. Because, like, you know, like, you can't, if you expect someone to show up, when they don't show up, you just hurt yourself. So you give them the date, if they're cool with it, whatever. If not, the rest of your time is for you. And he's a creative person, and so, like, he's doing his stuff, and I was like, yeah, man, like, right now you just need to work on your craft, because that's what you love. That's what's gonna push you and progress you into the future, and not spending Netflix and chill, you know. And like, so yes, we need those times, and there's relationships and stuff are cool, and, you know, everyone would love to have a partner, but at the same time, like, no one else is gonna build it for you. Now, maybe you two collab and build stuff together, but that's different. But until you get to that point and you guys have built a venture together, like, then right now it is what it is. And then when you come together, then you can communicate and set new rules, regulations. And if you guys are just gonna jump in and go hardcore, then cool, man. And more likely that's what's gonna happen to me. It's just gonna be like boom, boom, boom. We're going for the fences, and I'm cool with that, you know. Because I don't play games. Like I want to go from 0 to 100 always, like all in or nothing. Like let's just sit, let's spend a week, and we can tell each other fucking everything, get it all on the table, and go from there. And then try and grow together. Try and be different together. Better than what we were in the past. Like, the past is the past. Whatever we've done, like, it don't fucking matter. That's the point of everything. The issue is that people hold on to the past and then they deem you that. And then they judge you on that. Well, it's like, me and you now, we're something different. We're not that. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that shit that we did before. Like, we're different now. We're choosing to be better. And that's just kind of how I see things. It's like, if you and me come in a relationship, we can communicate, we can hash things out. You don't like me doing this, and I'm okay with not doing it anymore. Well, yeah, whatever. So, like, we just, whatever. Like, we're now co-creating together. We have to make decisions together and choose things that make each other happy and don't hurt the other person. It doesn't mean we have to change, like, everything or even want the other person to change anything, really. Other than just have respect for each other. Where it's like, you know, I'm with someone that I'm not gonna go to a girl's house. That's shitty. And I would just expect the same respect from the other person. Hopefully she don't go hang out with another dude. Like, you know, that's just respect for each other. And then if that's what you want to do, then we can't be together. It just makes fucking sense. And so, just because it's shitty. And I don't want another dude, like, energy. Like, I don't want to get his energy because you went and slept with somebody else. Like, that don't make fucking sense to me. Like, why would I even have a risk or a chance of getting the disease that you brought in because you went and couldn't control yourself? And so that's the whole thing. Like, that's disrespectful as fuck. Which I don't, you know, as long as you're not disrespectful, like, that's the new way. Like, we just need, each mate needs to respect each other completely. And, give each other only time, attention, and focus. I'm not being like, whatever, but to me, it just makes sense. Like, why would I want to divide my energy between multiple females and then have a main one? That makes zero sense. That's shitty. And so, you know, you just got to choose and figure out what you want with each other. But yeah, that's what I talked to him about. But when I was talking to him, then I was like, damn it, fuck. Like, I had to look at my hands. It was like pride and ego checks. Because I was telling him things and suggestions. Like, depends on what you want to do. Like, you got to be more assertive. And so then I'm like, fuck, well, I guess I got to be more assertive, even though I understand things. But then something happened last night, and I was like, oh. My naiveness puts me in situations, and then I look negative on this situation when it's just me. It's my fault. Where I could get whatever it is that I wanted if I was just more assertive. And even though I kind of have an idea in my head why I can't do that, but it's like everything, it's already there. Like, they already told me in so many ways what the scenario is, and they've already accepted it. Now I just have to be the assertive one and get it. It's already on the table. I just got to reach my hand out and grab it. And so, for me, it took me all the way up until now to realize it. It was like, it's always there. I just have to reach out and grab it if it's what I really want. And that was the thing, is like, what do you really want? Like, in every scenario throughout your life, what do you really want? Do you want to dabble in this or not? Do you want to partake in this or not? That should be the first question you have. Like, is this beneficial? Do you see this going long time or short time? You know, like, is it worth it? Like, if you was to do this act, even if it benefits you and makes you happy in the moment, does it hurt the other person in the long run? You know, like, how do they feel about it? Like, are you gonna do damage to them if you do this act with them? Because you do have to get torn between people, and that goes with sex. And, you know, like, you guys, once you guys blend energies, like, you literally are connected. You literally are one. You're one energy. And so I think the idea of marriage itself is actually sex. Marriage in America is puts you into the law. But the physical act Blend your existence and your energy with somebody else's energy and existence. Boom. Now you are one. End of fucking discussion. It don't matter if you got a condom on or not. Your bodies are in proximity. You guys are mixing sweat, mixing spit. You become one. You know? Like, it's just simple science. And so you just kind of have to be very particular in what you do, and understand that you grab people's energy, you grab people's lives, you grab their existences, and then you have to break it. You have to break it, or you have to let it run its course. So like I said, if you fuck 100 people, like, you have all those people's energies on top of everyone that they grabbed energies from. And then that's where I think a lot of our mental health issues come from. Is the mix of energies, and then you have all these energies in you, and none of them, like half of them, 99.9 of only one of them is yours. All the rest are everybody else's. And so, like, if you don't know how to decipher what is yours and what somebody else's, because at that point now they're all yours, and yours is always constant, but then you have a merry-go-round of other existences and energies inside of you, and like, it's hard to break that shit. So the only way to do it is, well, I'm not gonna talk about it. I guess meet someone whose energy can clean it, and but whatever, that takes two. But I don't know. But today was fire. This song is like one of my favorite songs, and when I got done painting today, I was like, what song am I going to play tonight, like, talk to tonight? Because none of them I really wanted to talk to. But this song popped in my head. I was like, I haven't heard this song in a long time. I haven't talked to it. I was like, this is the perfect song. So this is what I picked. Like, this song makes me happy. Like, it's so good. It's Justice. It's called Dance. And it makes sense, because, like, this is justice. This talk is justice. Today is justice for me. Everything up until this point is justice. And it's been a long journey, man. It's been a long journey. But there's been no choice other than to do it, to keep continuing. And that's what makes me happy, is like I understand I'm a stubborn human being, and I understand that I do live the life of extreme. Like, when I do something, I do it. Like, I don't want to half-ass it, but that's only because I truly want to do it. And as I'm weeding out things in my life that I don't fucking want to do anymore, like, I'm not doing those things. Like, I'm refusing to, even though they could help me progress in this and that, or money. It's like, is that sacrifice worth it to me? No. The money for a moral compass, the money for this, the money for that, the money for whatever's in my head, you know, like the idea of not doing something or doing something, you know. And because, like, at the end of the day, like, the only judgment that fucking matters is my judgment on myself, you know. And I would even say that whatever understanding you assume or think about a deity or a god, like, at the end of the day, it's your judgment on yourself. Like, there's no other judgment, and even there's no other judgment, because you are putting shame and guilt on yourself. And so, like, for me, like, even if I end up going somewhere or go hang out with some girls or whatever, like, I have zero shame and guilt in anything. Like, or if I partake in this or I partake in that, I have zero shame and guilt. And then it's like I look back at the past, and it's like, man, I literally lived in nothing but guilt and shame, and for nothing, for just fucking existing. And it's the most overwhelming shitstorm of existence, to as far as you can remember, which almost all this shit is as far as I can remember. Just always feeling shame, always feeling guilty, never feeling worthy, never really feeling belonging, always fucking different. And not the way that I feel different now, because now I understand I am different. But this different is different. Like there's no negativeness in this. Now, the way that I feel and understand that I am different. That I'm not the same. I'm me. I am me. That's it. None like me. None fucking close to me. No one compares to me. There's not even, you can't compare to me. End of discussion. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not a scale. Like, you just can't compare to me because I'm the only one who's me. Like, it's that fucking simple. And then to compare yourself to anyone in anything is actually idiotic, to say the least. Like, there's no real justification that's logical, that's good, that's clean, that could be compared to another human being. It's impossible. I'm possible, but that is one thing that it's impossible to compare someone and actually it be okay. And that dude's hauling, bruh. Like, there's just no comparison. And that's what makes me laugh about, like, all of this concept and shit about, like, the grass is greener and this and that. Like, nothing applies, because the way I am with somebody doesn't compare to with how somebody's with that same person. Like, it's it's apples and oranges. Like, there's no fucking comparison. There's no comparison. And I look at that because it's like, yeah, maybe they treat you different, but it's only the way you perceive it. You know? Like, literally, like, is one better or worse than? Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just about the totality of each relationship with each person. And I look at that because it's like, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, it's that concept where if I look at somebody and accept her for all that she is, and I can help her become safe and secure in herself and teach her how to love herself, like, that's not a comparison to someone who was in a relationship with her before, who treated her like shit and who, you know, controlled her with her insecurities. Like, there's no comparison. You know, where it's like, I want to help you be the best version of you, and it is what it is, and hopefully you stay with me forever. If not, then it is what it is. Like, I can't control you and keep you forever. Like, that's not a thing. That's not love. But I do want to do my best to help you become your best self. And I'm going to constantly be growing into my better self. And then if she can make me safe and secure in myself, that I can grow and overcome things, traumas, and stuff that I needed growing up, where now she can give those things to me and teach me about those things, teach me about love and companionship, and be my safety and security, instead of me having to always be my only safety and security for myself, you know. And I mean, that's it. I've always been my own safety and security, always. Like, it is what it is. Like, there's never been anyone that I've truly ever been safe and secure in. Now I got one or two buddies that honestly, like, I trust them. I really do. And I have a few people I trust, but at the same time, you know, I still have to do shit on my own, you know. I can't. I'm just programmed to do stuff on my own. You know, so it is what it is. And actually, I'm gonna go eat tomorrow with two of my buddies that I haven't seen in a while. So they're probably like, those are the two people I can trust. Doesn't mean they don't look at me and think that maybe I'm doing weird shit. Because, like I said, the journey that I've been on, it ultimately calls for judgment from the world looking in. Like, I can't go through this journey and be stupid and assume that people don't look at me like I'm fucking crazy, because I'm doing the opposite of what everyone's been programmed and told to be. And I get it. Like, it's very difficult. It's not easy. I did it. To turn my back on the world, to turn my back on the money system, and to not be a sheep anymore, and to not listen to religion that you're programmed with from a little age, and all kinds of other shit, like for some search from some external faith base with no true evidence of any of it. You know, who's really the dumb one here? I don't know. But I do say, I think anyone, well, I don't know. Yeah. Everything I've done is not faith-based. Everything that I show is real tangible. You can feel it. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever, to each his own. Do what you want, do what you will. This is my path. This is my way. I found myself in it. I didn't find another deity. I didn't ask for someone to come into my heart and wash away my sins and forgive me. That makes zero sense. I had to learn how to forgive myself, because because even in religion, if you ask someone to come into your heart, if you don't truly believe it, it's never gonna fucking work. Guaranteed. You're always gonna feel bad. You're always gonna be this. You're always gonna be that. And then everyone's still gonna look at you as a criminal or whatever it is that you did. Like, it doesn't really matter. Everyone still judges you based on the past, because they're stuck in the past. They're gonna judge you in the past. And so that's a lot of this journey. Is as you become a new version of yourself, the people of your past, your family, all these, the negativeness, they're stuck in the past. So they can't believe that you are different. And they're going to project that shit on you always, because they're choosing not to change. They're choosing not to sacrifice what it takes to become a better version of themselves, and they're staying stuck in the victim mentality. So like I said, the easiest thing to do is fucking leave. And then they're going to look at you like you abandoned them, or like that you never truly loved them at all. And it's like, no. I just love me more than I love you. And it has to be that way. Because you're not showing me hardly any love at all. Because you're not even accepting me when I want to be happy for myself. And you're trying to keep me stuck back in your ways of living when that shit didn't make me happy. And so then when I want to go and try and better myself and be happy, and you can't even be happy for me, obviously I have to leave, because you're nothing but negative to me. Maybe you're positive as shit to everyone else. I fucking doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because if you treat me that way, and it doesn't really matter, I already know. So that's why I said, that's why I left. Because if you're negative to me in front of me, I can only fucking imagine. I can only imagine what you say when I'm not there. And I ain't got time for that. Don't mean I don't love you, because I do. But it doesn't mean I have to deal with disrespect. Doesn't mean I have to deal with your shit and your trauma. I dealt with mine. I don't have to deal with yours. There's nothing I can do for you. I can't change the way you perceive things. I can tell you how to change the way you perceive things. I can show you that it is possible. But I can't do it for you. Nobody can. Not even the Creator. That is the point of all of this. He gave you free will. He doesn't take it back. That's, when you're here on this earth, you have free will always. Never changes. means every decision that you make, every idea that you come up with in your little pea-sized brain is said such thing. No one's changing or taking power or control over you. No one. Now you can get influenced, be under the influence of something as far as drugs or this or that changes the chemical balances or that changes this or that. Yes, that's real, but it's not an entity. It's an energy. And then it's just putting you in a vibration of yourself where you have you have infinite possibilities of whom you can be. You have both spectrums as the most evil stuff you could come up with in your mind and the most loving stuff you can come up with in your mind. That is the totality of you. Means the most nastiest shit in the world that you can think of, or whatever you're into or not what into, or whatever, or like cheating or whatever this, like when you're drunk and two people are drunk and they make decisions based on the flesh because they're both horny as fuck, whatever. It's not good, it's not bad, but you wouldn't do that if you were sober, a lot of times. But you have more control over yourself, your dick isn't hard. So you can think, and you're thinking with your big brain. Well, in my case, I guess maybe the big brain. It's people's little brains. I don't know. Whatever, to each his own. But whatever. But there is a huge difference. Like, if I have a hard on, like, it's definitely fucking harder for me to think. Because my dick is thinking. My dick is engulfed in blood, literally. And then everything that comes with it. So, obviously, you have to be able to manage that and control that. But different scenarios and then different energies causes different things. So then you just have to learn how to keep yourself out of those scenarios, especially if you have a partner, because that's just disrespectful. You don't want to put yourself in those situations where you got to think you're thinking with your little brain or whatever, however you want to say it, and your regular sized brain, because it really does mess things up. And then if you're under the influence too, then that even changes it even more. So you just got to be aware of what you do when you're doing it, And like for me right now, I'm single, so I can go do whatever the fuck I want. Like, there's real repercussions to it, and they could be long-lasting repercussions. But I don't have someone here I'm not disrespecting, because no one's here giving me their time or telling me that they want only me to be with them. So I can go do what I want with whom I want when I want to do it, and the only repercussions are what repercussions come through me being with somebody else or whatever I want to do. But like I said, once you get married or you get a partner and you guys agree upon some stuff, like, then you guys build these new rules and regulations. And so, like, even in the understanding of unconditional love is one thing. But when you come together with someone and you guys choose to co-create together, there has to be rules. Like, there just has to be rules to, like, not disrespect the other person. It only makes sense. I can still love you unconditionally, but if you do something that disrespects me, then I can still love you. I still love you unconditionally. I just don't have to put up with that shit. Why would I stay with someone who disrespects me? That makes zero sense. Zero sense. And so I think a lot of times, I would assume that, like, in this new understanding of unconditional love, a lot of people pose the questions of, like, unconditional love means just do whatever the fuck you want. I'm like, no, I've never once said that. I've always said there are rules in unconditional love, and that's don't infringe on someone's free will. But then when you have a contract with someone, which is an agreement, or you guys choose to live life together and to co-create together and to make kids together, there has to be sets of rules within that. It doesn't mean you still have unconditional love for each other, but there's still rules in that binding agreement of co-creating together. You guys are putting money together. You guys are putting time, attention, and focus together. There has to be rules. You can't have just fucking chaos. And because that's just shit. Like, people be doing fucking whatever the fuck they want. Like, that makes zero sense. You know, but within the guidelines of don't infringe someone's free will, like, that puts a limit on, like, me pickpocketing someone, or calling them ugly, or hurting their feelings, or lying to them, or just, you know, being a bully. Like, none of that stuff. No, like, if you love unconditionally, like, you're not gonna want to hurt people. You're gonna want to respect everyone, you know, until they disrespect you, and then you can just fucking walk away from them. Well, I ain't got time for you. If you're gonna treat me with disrespect, I love you, but I don't have to be with you. And that's where I understand, like, that's where a lot of this people stuck in the past, that's where they go. You don't love anyone. You never really loved me. You abandoned me. I was like, no, I didn't abandon you. I just grew, and you choose to stay as a victim. You choose to be negative. You choose to do this stuff that negatively affects me. I don't want any part of that, because it's not positive for me. It does me no good. It's not beneficial. And every relationship that you have to be in needs to be equal give and take. Because if I'm not getting anything in return, then I'm over giving. And that's fun. I'll freely give you shit. But I'm not going to do that all of eternity. I'll give you this. I'll give you love. I'll give you time, attention, and focus. And I'll give it to you for a little time. But if you don't change and you don't do this and you don't try and do the work, or I can't, then I'm not going to continue to give you something, and you're abusing it and misusing it. And like I said, fine, call me the devil, call me a bad guy, whatever. But you know, and I know, that that's shit. And you know that I'm right and you're wrong. When I'm actually truly happy, I'm facing my shit, I'm talking about it, I'm posting it, I'm vomiting out the fucking side of my truck, I'm doing all this shit every single day to become a better version of me, and all everyone else is doing is throwing shade. And staying as a victim. Do what you want to do, but if you're miserable, don't blame that shit on me. I can't help it. I left you what to do. I've showed you the way. It's up to you to do it. It's up to you to change. It's up to you to go, well, maybe I was wrong about something. Maybe I should reevaluate all this instead of reading a fucking book. That's brainwashing me. That's external. What do I feel? Like, why do you have to read a book to tell you how to feel? Like, that's fucking retarded. Literally, that's slow. That's what the word retarded means. Look the definition up. Slow. Like, why do I need to read that shit? It doesn't pertain to me. Because I live presently. I don't live in the past 2,000 years ago. I live right now. And I walk through life. And I have experiences, and I take them in, and I use what's going on right now in my logic, in my brain, with my experience on how I should act and how it makes me feel. And is it positive? Is it negative? Am I respecting someone or disrespecting? Like, what, you know, whatever. But it's all right now. And that all dictates and how I feel. But to read a book that's 2,000 years old and to base your life solely on that, and you're still not happy, makes zero sense to me. Because like a loving creator wouldn't make you do things that didn't make you happy. And it doesn't mean like if you like smoking crack, like that's hurts your body. And that makes you happy, then, you know, whatever. This is for intent purposes only. Like you gotta have logic. You gotta use your brain. You gotta use your brain. And that's the whole point. Like, if you want to play the game of justify everything, I can flip anything to positive. Like, literally. Like, it's a unique skill that I have, but Like, I could justify it, everything. Like, literally. I can flip it to positive. I can find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And, I don't know. I mean, it's just because it's stupid human logic. It's literally stupid human logic. And that's why people justify everything they do. Who knows? I would love to talk to these people in power. And these people that talk about the things that they do. A lot of the disgusting shit that they do. Like, a psychopath. Like, someone who mass murders people. Like, they justified what they did. And then they did it. Like, they already pre-justified doing the act, and then they went and did it. It's disgusting, but that's the ability of being a human. You can justify anything. It's the same. It's the concept of Batman. It's the concept of... Who's the other one? Any kind of superhero that... Like an anti-hero, or... So like even in the concept of this, so like Thanos. Like, I see his logic. You know, most people perceive him as the bad guy. But it's like, in the totality of things, is he really the bad guy? If he's, you know, if he understands a higher understanding of existence, and he does, what he was doing was allowing humanity to continue to exist. But in order to allow it to continue to exist, he had to exit out half of humanity, right? Now, negative, positive, depends on what side you're on, you know? But I see both. I see both reasons. Like, I mean, you know, like, it's always about the world that you live in and your imminent dangers, you know? Where the imminent dangers here in America are different than what they are in Africa, what they are in Mexico, you know? It's like, I watched the movie Blood Diamond the other day, or some of it, because someone was watching it when I was over there. I was like, dude, these dudes are savage, bro. And it's like, we got it so good here, because like, there's not craziness, you know? But like, those imminent dangers over there aren't that over here. And so the way that they do things over there is different than what they do here. So like, depending on what you're trying to justify you doing, it just depends. It really just depends. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. A fucking life. But I don't know. But for me, it's like, I live in my own bubble. I really do. And I like it. It keeps me out of trouble. There's not many negative people around me, ever. And so, like, I look at my life now, and it's like, dude, I don't have to deal with anyone's negative shit. Like, literally. That's a win. That's worth everything. To think about it. Think about you not having to sit in a room with some negative-ass Nancy, which I was negative-ass Nancy my whole fucking life. Like, literally, in the corner, pissed off. Literally pissed off at the world. You know, oh, pitiful me. Oh, pitiful Cody. You know? Life sucks, dude. Nobody loves me. Wah, 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 wah. And, you know, I look at myself and I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fucking miserable. But that's how I lived my whole fucking life. And now it's like, I have just such a clear understanding of the opposite of what I was before and then how I am now. Because even in a time of weakness or emotion, it's not weakness, in a time of emotion or sadness, or I don't have this money, or how am I going to do this, how am I going to pay this, like it is what it is. I just accept it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not negative. I'm fucking breathing. I'm alive. I get wet. I get to get bit by mosquitoes. I get to flip ticks off of me. I get to be painting, and there's a deer that's circling me, and just chilling and watching me paint. Like, dude, I have the greatest life ever, with way less money than I ever had before. Like, I got negative money in my fucking bank account right now. Negative. I got to take care of that tomorrow. But it's like I have zero money in my bank. I mean, I got other accounts, but I don't even know how much it is. Like, I gotta go cancel a bunch of shit, and I don't even need it anymore. You know, just the stupid shit that you have. Like, you know, I don't have Netflix anymore. I don't have, like, those subscriptions and shit anymore. Like, what's the point? I don't have time for that. I don't even watch that shit. You know, like, so I gotta go cancel that stuff. I don't use it. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, waste of attention and focus. And so I gotta go figure out what I need in my life and what I use and what's waste. You know? And that's how they get you. It's like, you know, like, you sign up for all these subscriptions. It's really smart for them. And then they make it so fucking difficult to cancel a subscription. Or you do cancel it, but that doesn't fucking last. Like, for some reason it pops back up again and they start charging you again. Like, it's shenanigan shit, man. It really is some shenanigan shit. And it's really kind of fucked up how they do it. It really is. We got to get onto them, because like every time I try to cancel something, then it will pop back up, and then I have to go do it again. I'm like, you guys are ridiculous, man. Because then they just charge you some more money, and it could be $10 or it could be 20. Who knows? But it's like, it's my money, it's not theirs. So I don't know. But today was cool, man. You know, like I said, every day is a pride and ego check. Every second, really. And like I said, when I was talking to him, I was like, well, now I got to be more assertive, and I have to speak my mind more, because I can't just leave it up to somebody else, because that's kind of shitty too. And even though, like, I'm only doing that from here forward. So any relationships of the past or something like that, like, if you want to come, but I'm not gonna reach out. Like, but anything now, like in the future, especially if I'm with somebody, like, I'll be more assertive and all that, and get what I want, you know. If I want to partake in this, I can be more assertive and whatever. Even though I don't mind, like, the domineering or someone choosing for me, or being more strategic than I am, or planning stuff. And what's, like I said, in the future, like, my wife will probably be more of the planner, and I'm just a doer. You know, because I'm okay with that. You know, as long as I do what I want to do for me, and then if she wants me to go do this, or build this, or clean this, or paint this, or whatever, like, just give me the fucking list and tell me what to do. Not hard, I just need to know what you want me to do. Don't assume I'm just gonna know, or if I'm supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, you just gotta tell me, and I'll be there. But it's like, because we're co-creating, so obviously, whatever. But like I said, I mean, more than likely, my partner will be more of the leader, I guess, in the worldly stuff, because I don't care about it. I don't care about the worldly stuff. So she can handle all that shit, and I'll just show up, you know. And if it gets outrageous and you got me doing this all the fucking time, and I don't have time for myself, then we'll have to change some stuff. But you know, that's just part of co-creating with somebody. You have to compromise and whatever. So take care of some worldly stuff in a reasonable amount of time. So, but I don't know, painting today was different. It was fun. I knew, so I had the black canvases, and I painted on the white canvases last time, and I had a bunch of these black canvases, and I've had them for a couple weeks, probably 2 weeks, and they turned out fire. Like, these are probably my favorite so far. Which every day it's my favorite. Like, every new day, it's like, because it's new. It's what I'm doing in the now, you know, like 2 hours ago. Like, the experience is so fresh still. And, you know, it was fun. There was this caterpillar Dude, this caterpillar was, I can't even speak, caterpillar. This caterpillar. And, this thing was fire, bro. Like, it's huge. It was the size of probably like my middle finger, like that thick too. Like the size of my middle finger, that thick. And it was just bucking, and it had like a thorn on the back of it. That's all I can explain it. Or like something that, like a stingray. And dude, that thing would buck, and it was so powerful. Like I could just feel the power in the muscle that this caterpillar had. Like whatever that turns into, holy shit, man. And when I saw it, because it just crawled out of nowhere. Like it wasn't there, and then it was there. That's my life. Animals just appear. And so I needed to see it because it's like it mirrored me. Where it's like it was the old version of me, so just like powerful and short and compact, you know, like a freaking sausage, you know. And and then when I bucked, like I'm trying to help it, get it out of the way, get it to safety, and it just wouldn't quit bucking. And I was like, in that logic, that pride and ego check, again, it was like, that's me. That's always been me. But I think about it, and it's like, that's why I only want one person, really. I got new friends and stuff that we're fixing to do some cool ass shit together with. And, like, I love them, and they're just cool people. But I'm starting to open up and accept love now. But only because I love myself, so I know it is possible for people to be true, authentic, and real, and love, and be kind, and be generous, and not want anything in return other than to help you. Well, understanding that helping you is helping them too. That's the one thing, like, you got to understand is, like, when I'm helping people, I'm helping them, but I'm also know that I'm helping myself. And to think anything other than that is kind of stupid. Like, because you need to be helping yourself. And I tell people this all the time. When you communicate and talk to me, we're gonna go through the talk of everything I'm saying for you is for me first. And so you're just getting me to answer questions that, you know, otherwise wouldn't be on my mind. And so I'm coming up with the conclusion and ideas, and then I correlate those answers, whatever I speak to you, to how I should do things. How I should change things for myself, how I should perceive how to go forward in those actions for myself. And like I said, and that hurt me last night when I was talking to you. It was like, fuck. I said it right from him. I said, fuck. I was like, I have to start being more assertive now. I was like, I just sat here and told you that you need to be more assertive. And then now, I'm understanding, like, I have to be more assertive. Because, like, if I'm not getting what I want, because I'm waiting for someone else to assert what they want with me, and then I don't get it, I can't be mad. Because I never told them, technically. You know, I didn't assert it. You know, if I'm with someone, and we're out, and whatever, like, if I don't go get what I want, then I'm not ever gonna get it, right? So, that's just on me. It's no one else's fault but my own, so. And then I just had to learn. That was a lesson for me last night, and it happened last night, literally. And right after it happened, whatever I just spoke about, I went, boom, there was a lesson, I failed, I left, and then I realized it. And so so now it's like from this point forward, now I know what to do. And I didn't fail the lesson, I had to let it play out. So I could understand from this point forward the real repercussions of not being assertive. And that being assertive is not negative or positive. Because I always looked at it as infringing in someone's free will. Because of the influence of who I have. But what I'm understanding is 90% of the time, the other party already made the decision. They're just waiting for you to grab their hand. Like, their hand is already out, you can't see it. but the actions or movements that they've made is that. But you have to kind of decipher that shit for yourself. And, you know, like I said, in my little naive brain, you know, it's my own fault, right? When all the actions prove to get me to the situation where it's like, it's there free for the taking, they're already telling me in so many ways. I'm just the naive one. I'm going, no, it can't be, but that has to do with my worth. It had to do, you know, with the way I was raised in the past, that I'm not good enough, or that they don't really want my attention, or they don't want this from me, or they do, you know, but then all their actions actually showed me that they do. I was just being stupid. So now it's just like they're already standing in front of me. I just have to lean in, you know. I have to lean in. So they're already leaned in. And that would be the different dynamic between a male and a female, right? A lot of times. So, where like maybe I was waiting for like a literal words, and maybe that's not how women play. So, it's not good or bad. It just is. So I have to start looking at that differently now, and then understanding that they did 50%. Now I got to do the other 50%. Otherwise, I can't be mad. Tick, really, bruh? It sucks, like when I go out in nature, man, I always gotta check my balls and shit, man. These ticks, bruh. They're some creepy crawlers. Oh, the creepy crawlers. But I don't know, man. My last talk was pretty good, and the song was really good. And, man, I don't know, I want to take a break so bad. And I may take a break from everything, actually. I want to, but a lot of times, like, it's kind of scary. So taking a break from me is scary because in the past, being that I was like a cycle kind of dude, like if I took a break, like I don't know when I would pick it back up again, you know? And it's kind of like me working out and shit like that. It's like I'll work out for a month, go crazy, or 3 months, and then I'll quit working out for a week, and then boom, I haven't worked out in months, you know? And so, you know, that's where that structure, I have to be a better version of me with real structure in my life, you know? And that's the same with money and everything else. It's like now I gotta wait, I gotta go, no, I need structure. Structure's fine, structure's okay. And you can still flow in existence, but you still need some structured stuff inside there to help you. Excuse me. And so I gotta get better structured. Plus, like with me starting to maybe collaborate with some other people, I have to be even more structured, because there's, you know, my part of the collaboration has to have all these things done in a reasonable amount of time, and then you know, hopefully they'll be structured and have their part done as well. So, you know, I gotta hold up my end, and they gotta hold up theirs, you know. And because ultimately, like I said, if I'm winning, they're winning. Like, that's the part of the collaboration that makes sense to me. Like, if I'm eating steak, you're eating steak. Or if I'm creating, you're creating. Like, we're here to change the world together and to better ourselves and our families together. So we're not fucking hungry. And then we can still do more of what we want to do, which is fucking create, which is live, which is be happy. And so, you know, and that's where it's like I need action from people. Otherwise, I don't want you any part in any of my shit. Like, if you're not going to do action, then I don't have time for you. Like, literally. Because, like, I am action oriented. I am nonstop from the moment I wake up until I go to sleep. And that's my day every day. Like, I work more now. I do more now than I've ever done. And I worked a lot before, but it just seems differently. Like, I get so much more done now than I ever have before. And you know, I mean, I would work 18, 19 hours a day. Or, you know, like when I was in college, I was plumbing, and then I would go to school 18 hours. I think like my last 2 semesters I would go to school 18 hours on Tuesday and maybe like 16 hours on Thursday. And then I would work Monday, Wednesday, Friday all day. But then usually when I was at school, like I would be there like a lot of times I'd go at night. Like Monday night I'd go up there and then sleep in my truck and then go to school all day and then head back home when I got done. Just depends on whatever I had to do, you know. Like, I mean, I'll be there like fucking all day, eat 3 or 4 times there. Like, college was crazy, and I love the challenge. So like, that was the coolest thing. So like, I like just to understand who I am. When I am stressed out, I do well. Like when I don't have fucking free time, I do well. If I had free time in the past, like I would fail classes. Like if it was easy, like I would fail. But the harder things were for me, in a perspective, they were easier. So like, you know, if I was taking 18 hours, I'd get straight A's. If I was taking 12 hours, I wouldn't. I'd fail in class. And like I said, I just work better under pressure. But under that pressure, it's more structured to me, because like it makes me be structured. And so actually I do like structure. The only thing is, like I said, I just never truly been able to do it for myself. But now I'm starting to, like, even in my day-to-day life, now I just fill my time so much with everything that it's making it more structured, you know, even though it may look like I'm just swinging from the hip and driving and flying everywhere, but it's not. It's like I just have so much I'm trying to do that it keeps me in line. And that's what's cool. It doesn't mean I don't go out and eat and drink a beer or two, but that's all part of like my structure. You know, like if I come home, I won't do that shit. So I stay out. From the time I leave, in the morning, when I leave in the morning, you know, I won't get home till, I'm home now, but I'm talking. I'm in my truck. You know, but usually I won't get home till 11, 12, 1 o'clock every night. So, and I do that on purpose. So I do work. So I edit my photos. So I do this because if I go home and go inside, I won't do that shit. And so I have to make my life work for me. And I know other people would perceive it differently, but for me, it's like I don't have anything to come home to. You know, it's not like I have a significant other that I'm trying to get home to at night and spend time with her. So as of right now, like I said, everything that I'm doing ultimately it's just for me and my future prospects and stuff like that. And it's really cool for me because, like I said, I understand at some point this is going to change, and I'm actually going to be even more busier in the future because then I'm going to have to be splitting time between me and then my family and then other huge responsibilities. And it'll be cool. It'll be cool because then, like I said, it gives me a lot of purpose outside of myself, which is what I really want. I really want purpose outside of myself because I've given myself 2 years, and like I said, I'm not completely fixed or healed all the way, I guess. There's always going to be stuff you're going to have to face and new experiences and new challenges that you're going to have to overcome. But I'm pretty fucking good. And I'm ready for the new challenges and then the new challenges of creating and coexisting and collaborating with multiple people in new ventures. Like, I'm excited about that because for me it's a game. For me it's actually fucking easy. Now, it's not hard at all. Like, I hold up my end, you hold up yours. Like, and then we put it together. Like, it seems pretty fucking simple to me. You know, as long as like people are not just assholes. You know, not dicks. Because I can't do what you can do, and you can't do what I can do. You know, we all do everything individual. And that's the one thing that makes me happy is like, it's like what, once you get away from the comparison gene, it's like, no, like I'm not good at that. Why would I want to do that? I mean, I could do it and I could become good at it, but I don't fucking want to. You're pretty good at it. You like doing it. I don't like doing it. You do that. I'll do me, you know? And then we put it together and perfect. And then being okay with that. And then that's where you learn to delegate and like, you know, like it's cool, man. Everyone has their part. Everyone feels needed. And that's what it's about, man. And then hopefully we all, you know, and then we all win. We all get closer to us becoming more financially free and creating more and more as our jobs. And but not really looking at it as our jobs, but looking at it as just living. And then we get repercussions from that. What we create, our art, this, whatever we build, like we just get repercussions, and the repercussions of it is money or influence or opportunities. And just to, you know, just live and just be your best self, your more true, authentic self every single day. And that's just the goal of me. And like I said, the only way I could have done that was by walking away from my past and not being a victim anymore, but taking responsibility and then forgiving myself for all of it, and then continue to push forward and grow, you know. And then, you know, it's not, I will say this, it's not like day one you're gonna fucking forgive yourself. Like, maybe. I mean, technically it's that simple. But you gotta learn to love yourself and accept yourself. And like I said, for me, the idea was, that made it simple for me, was to understand that the past is perfect. The past is gone, is done. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change it. And so, the moment that I deem the past perfect, not good, not bad, the repercussions are real, but once I deem it perfect, then it's like there's nothing I can do about it. I have to change my perspective on the past. That's the only thing that is possible, is how I perceive the past. And then when you understand that you actually have the power of how you perceive everything, the present, the future, the past, then you realize that the perception itself is the greatest tool ever. It's actually the only thing that matters, is how do you perceive it? How do you perceive it? It's funny, this kid took a shot last night of something at when I was eating dinner, and he said it was nasty. And I said, just change your perspective. And as soon as I said that, he changed his perspective. He said, you know what, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. I said, yeah. All you have to do is change your perspective. It's that simple. The power of the way you perceive things. And you get to fucking choose it. And it's so funny because people, I've watched things like on TikTok a while ago, and it always said that, like, you know, people that say, perceive, like, just be happy, when they tell people to just be happy, that it's not that easy. And I'm going, no, it fucking's that easy. Choose to be happy. Choose to perceive it as a positive instead of a negative. Now, once you learn how to do that within yourself, because the way I do it for me is not the way you're gonna do it. But I trust myself. I trust my past as lessons, so I don't have to do those lessons again. And so it's like, it's possible. It really is possible. Everything is possible. But the power of perception is everything. You get kicked in the nuts and you can perceive it as positive. I don't know. It hurts like a motherfucker. My mom kicked me in the nuts. And I look back at it, it makes me laugh. But also, like, in the moment when it happened, I was just pissed. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Because, like, I look at it now, it's like, that's fucked up. Probably one of the most fucked up things I'm gonna throw up. Sorry. Yeah, man, my mom kicked me in the nuts, dude. That's fucking straight abuse, bro. Like, it doesn't matter what I did. I said something smart, she went to smack me in the face, I blocked it, she kicked me dead in the nuts. Dropped me. Like, I was seeing red. Like, I was about to destroy her. But I look back at it now, and it's like, man, that's some fucked up shit, man. That's straight fucked up. And, it is what it is, you know? But that was my life. Like I said, it wasn't... I didn't get kicked in the nuts all the time, just once, but... Life was what it was, man. And now, like I said, it's done. Now it's done. It doesn't mean I can't go into those moments and heal through it, like, and vomit that shit out where it was bad. Where there was never, no matter what really no matter whatever I did, because I never punched her or never hurt her or whatever. Like, there's no reason for me to get kicked in the nuts. No matter what the fuck I said. Honestly. And, which I don't even think I cussed her or anything. I probably just said something fucking smart. And, because I never really cussed my mom. But, maybe a few times, I guess. I probably did. I don't know. I doubt it. Probably cussed her after she kicked me in the nuts, though. But yeah, that's fucked up, man. And see, that's like an issue. It's like, how do you perceive that? How do you shape it? I don't know, man. You know, some shit's kind of hard to reshape. It did happen. It is what it is. I'm okay with it. I can't change it. What's the lesson? I don't know. When you block something, when you block it and slap in the face, you know, take your other hand and guard your nuts, I guess. That's all I can say. There's got to be some type of lesson, but not really, because sometimes life fucking sucks. Sometimes shit does happen to you, and you are a true victim. But the point is, do you hold on to that victimhood forever, or do you figure out a way to get past it? You know, it doesn't mean you have to skip and be happy that shit happened to you. No. But what's the lesson? Maybe I shouldn't go out drinking, or I shouldn't go to a frat party and get hammered because maybe someone's gonna put a roofie in my drink. I don't know. Someone's gonna do this or do that or take advantage of me or get me too drunk, and then I'm passed out and they're gonna do something to me while I'm not fucking awake or whatever. I don't know. And it sucks that we have to do that in this world, and that shit happens. It's disgusting. But it does happen. And we gotta figure out a way to get over it. And it's very difficult. You know, and I gotta look into that shit in the future to kind of help people overcome those kind of scenarios. And I may not be able to do that, because I've not been in those same scenarios. Or, you know, maybe people I'm with in the future can collaborate with me, and I can let them go help somebody else. Once, maybe I can help them figure out a way for them to overcome it for themselves, and then they can tell me how they overcame it for themselves, and we can help apply that to the rest of the world, so people in those scenarios can overcome it. That's the one thing I know. I can only touch so many people. I can only help so many people with my story, and only people that find credibility in who I am, or can find the similarities. I'm even gonna be able to help and change. So, you know, I understand that, like, someone raised in the projects is gonna be able to help people that are raised in the projects. I understand that some people raised in rich neighborhoods are only gonna help other rich kids. I don't know, but I can help so many people, and then they can help so many people. Like I said, it's a pyramid scheme of love. You help people with you being your true authentic self, and I can help whomever I can by being my true authentic self. So based on the similarities of our lives. It gives us some kind of notoriety, and it is what it is. But I just gotta be my best, true, authentic self for me first, and me just doing this hopefully just shines my light on the world enough, and people can listen in and see what I'm doing, and at least free themselves, or understand that it's okay for them to be themselves, whatever it is that they want to be, and to take a risk, and to give themselves time to go create, to go draw, to go make tie-dye t-shirts, to go do this, to go do that, something, whatever makes them happy, and it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice what you did before for the time to do what it is that you want to do now. And it's not easy to sacrifice things, because a lot of times you would perceive it as a loss. And like I talked about when I first started, it's like, what did I lose? And it's like, I didn't really lose anything. I literally just gained everything. I gained myself. And so kind of looking at it, like, no matter what I perceived I lost, I gained myself. I gained true love in me, true confidence in me. Like, that's fucking priceless. And I'd do it again and again and again. I would lose everything for it. And I'm fine with it. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please myself. I'm not here to please my family. I'm here to please myself. I'm not here to make my family happy. I'm here to make myself happy. So that's what I'm going to do. Always. And then I'll teach my kids how to please themselves, to make themselves happy, to be safe and secure in themselves. That's gonna be cool, man. I that's the one thing that I'm really excited about. It's the number one kind of have a constant person in my life that I can kind of be their safety and security, or at least fucking just love them, really. And but for me, it's about the consistency of that, because in that consistency I can watch growth, because for me that's part of living in the now, is appreciating the now. And when you start to appreciate the now, for me, I'm hyper aware of growth in everything. So like, when I'm constantly, consistently going to the same places over and over again, I'm watching the change of the environment. I'm watching the grass grow, I'm watching the grass die. I'm watching the trees bloom, I'm watching the trees die. I'm watching the flowers bloom, and then the flowers die. I'm watching this, I'm watching that. Like, I'm always watching the change, because I'm aware of it, and I'm consistently there to see it. And then you do that for yourself, and then you do that with the people that you consistently see. And where it's like the one dude I'm working with, like, I've watched him change. Like I said, me and him been a lot closer because his dad died, and then my mom died, and then we've kind of just been there together, kind of just consistently with each other through this journey, And I think my mom died like August ago or something. And so yeah. And I guess this will be the third, man. Time flies. But you kind of like I'm so appreciative of it, because you watch the change, you feel the change, you see the change, you understand the change, you realize the change, and it's fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. And like I said, and then if you're not aware of it, then you won't keep doing it. Because for me at least, like if I wasn't aware of it, if I couldn't feel that I'm physically changing, or I'm physically getting better, I'm physically stronger myself, I'm physically more confident, I'm watching how people react in my presence, I'm watching this, I'm watching that, so it helps me gauge the fact of that I am changing, that I was something different before, and then now the world is catching up and treating me different than I was treated before. And now I'm accepting it and allowing it to come in that way. Well, I'm accepting love now. I'm accepting gifts. I'm accepting of everything and anything. And where before I'd be like, no, I used to never take anything from anyone. I hated it. It was embarrassing to me because it made me feel less than. And now it's like people buy me this, people buy me that, people buy my food, people do this, do that. And it's like, yeah, if that's what you want to do, I will accept it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Where before I was stubborn and I was like, no, I got to do it myself. And then, like I said, now it's like, no, I'm worthy of it. I'm worthy of whatever you want to give me. Where before I was stubborn as shit and I didn't want to accept anything from anyone. I didn't want people to buy me this. I didn't want people to buy me that. And so now it's just like, no, if you want to give me something, I will accept it. I appreciate it. Because it's like me. So like I was at the park the other day and I was just sitting in my truck and this car gets out, these people get out and these three little girls come up with their mom and parents and they're like, I love your truck, and they're like from Romania or something, I think Romania, or maybe, I don't know, they speak foreign, they have an accent, but adorable people, and they're like, I love your truck, my girls love your truck, and I was like, cool, thank you. And I was like, I want to give them something. And she was like, no. I was like, okay. I was like, if you don't want me to do it, she's like, no. So I was going to give them some art, but then you got to learn, like, if someone says no, then no means no. And so, but for me, it was a lesson, because it's like, I wanted to give them something, but the mom was like, no. And so I was like, okay. I that's fine. But I looked at that lesson kind of as a previous version of myself, where like I would be like, no. And it is what it is. It's not good, it's not bad, but like I just look at everything as a mere reflection of myself, and it's like I love to freely give. I really do. Like it makes me happy because it's not that I'm not putting the worth on my art. My art is worth everything. That's the difference. Like, I'm giving you a gift because I love you and you're worthy of everything. And when I look at my art that I've created, it's not good. It's not bad. But it is all of me. Every bit of me. And so like it's my pleasure to give it to you. And I just hope people understand the totality of the way I perceive it. It's not shit. Like it's everything. It's my heart. It's my tears. It's my sweat. It's everything. And I don't give that shit to everybody. I'm telling you. I only give it to when I feel the need to give it. And but that's just me, That's just me. I love this song. This song is fire. I probably won't talk too much longer. I'm probably only gonna make this talk. So I'm at 134, so I don't know. Man. The future looks awesome to me. And like I said, every day I just get closer and closer to like next. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just next. Like I said, I guess next week I gotta work a lot. Try to make some fucking money and pay everything to catch up. But I put it off long enough, and I think I'm at a point now when now I can like take a break from the healing journey and go to playing catch up with money to just kind of get back at base level and then kind of start planning from there. You know, where am I going? What am I doing? What do I have to leave behind? Clean up my house, get my house in order, go to the dump, trash stuff, give stuff away, sell stuff. Because like, I got my mowers are going. I got to sell all my mowers. I got like 3-wheelers. I just need to sell those for a couple $100 a piece. I just need to sell everything for the most part. Get rid of the majority of my tools. Maybe, unless I don't know, I might keep the majority, some of them, because I don't need them. I need them for like my house, you know. But, to build stuff, but get rid of a lot of maybe specialty tools and shit that I don't need. Like, whatever. I can always just go buy a new tool, you know, when I need it. And, or whenever I get to a new place. Because that's what, who knows, man? Who knows where I'm going to end up? I just need to get rid of everything except my art, really. And, because that's it for me. Like, that's my future, is that creative space of creating things where it's not about me repairing things anymore. You know? And that's why I don't think people understand that concept. Like I said, before I repaired things, right? And now it's like, this is the end of me repairing shit. Like, I don't have to repair anything else for myself. Like, I mean, I do, but it's like, it's only within my vessel. You know? Now the rest is, now I'm creating out of this vessel that I repaired. You know, where before I couldn't create within this vessel. And now, since it's repaired and all the pieces are working, now I can create within that. And I can express myself in that. And what's so cool is I understand that you guys don't understand the creative ventures that I'm going to be doing in the future. And I'm touching everything. I'm going to do everything. Like whatever it is, sculpting, metalwork, woodwork, like whatever it is, but on a fast scale, like quick. You know, I'm only going to do fast shit, you know. I'm not going to do short, like long period shit. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. Because it's like, we live every day. Like, if I start something today and it takes me a year, I may die. I'll never fucking finish it. Fuck that. Whatever it is that I want, whatever it is that I create, I want to be able to, like, finish it in a day. And then when that day is done, it's done. And if I add something to it tomorrow, then I do. But at the end of the day today, it's good enough. If I was to sell it today, it would be that. It would be ready. You know, and maybe something would take me 2 or 3 days. I don't know. But it's like just on that scale, quick. Like, because like I said, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. That's one cycle. So every day for me is a new cycle. And I just want to do as much as I can within that cycle of existence every single day. Because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You know, you're only guaranteed today. So it's like, I want to love people in my life that are here, that I see in this cycle of today as much as I can when I'm with them. You know, because I may not be given anything tomorrow. I may not exist tomorrow. And, you know, and you kind of look at it like that when you don't have a significant other or anything like that. But it's like, it is what it is. It sucks for me, but, you know, one day maybe I'll have a partner with me and, I'll just love her as hard as I can. Well, we have time together, you know? And that's just kind of my goal, is just to love as hard as I can, as long as I can. Just love as hard as I can, as long as I can. I holla. Love y'all. Peace.